My name is Eryi. I'm the founder of Pytheas. Today I'm here to talk about technology trends that are changing the travel industry. So first a bit about what my company does. If you look for websites of travel agencies, you'll notice that most of them look something like this. Essentially, whether they have any products or not, in the end, everything is funneled to contact forms because the operations behind travel agencies are still very manual, still a very traditional kind of industry. So let's say you want to know how much the tour costs, you need to email them, you want to know whether there's availability, you need to call them, etc., etc. So this thing is really inefficient, and in order to automate all this process, it's actually quite a difficult challenge. So what my company does is that we provide travel agencies with travel agency management system that basically automates everything for them. So everything from inventory management, customer relationship management to e-commerce. So we make sure that they have everything they need to sell online, automate their operations. So basically today I'll be talking about some of the lessons I learned while working in travel agencies, and although a lot of all these lessons are well related to the travel industry, but then I think it's actually applicable to a lot of the e-commerce industry at large. Okay, so the first technology trend I'm talking about is that there's actually technology that can make you smarter. So if you look at software in the past, right, this is what it looks like. So it gives you like really massive amount of information. You get like IP address, IP country, and then you can even know like the transaction time down to the second. So like it's very impressive. I don't know what all this is for. So all this information is accurate, it's important, it's true, but ultimately it's useless. So for software today, right, the trend is towards analytics. Basically what analytics mean is that we basically digest all this information, compress it into an easy to digest manner that users can use. So for example, just now the screenshot I show you can be translated into something like this. So a lot of people think that analytics means big data. You need a lot of data points to find trends, do a lot of sophisticated data mining. But actually that's not true. Data analytics is actually just about answering questions you have about your business. So for example, you could ask the software, what does my sales pipeline look like? Or how much money am I making? Or how much, where are all my sales coming from? So a good analytics software should be able to tell you all this information, to tell you where to focus your opportunities on, where to focus your investment on to give your business the maximum return. So this analytics can really make you smarter. So the next thing I want to talk about is technology can actually bring your customer closer. So part of what I do, right, it's helping my customers import their existing customer database into the system. So a lot of time they give me huge lists like this, which is just a huge list of email address. And traditionally, right, CRM has been thought of as just a huge list of email address where you can occasionally or frequently spam them non-stop. And then maybe some of them will convert, maybe, but most of them wouldn't. But since it's cheap, why not? So, but the problem with this approach is that sooner or later, I mean, if you spam too much, you receive an email in your inbox that looks like this. So basically, if enough people complain, your email account will get banned, and then you get punished essentially. So I'm not responsible for this one. It's not my fault. It's my client. So I'm a good person. So what differentiates a real CRM solution from just a list of email addresses is basically the relationship you build with a customer. So like one of the most common way of understanding your customer is basically getting them to log in with Facebook. So by encouraging them to log in with Facebook, you get very information like their gender, their age, their friends, or even their relationship status. So when you have all this information, you can better target your marketing materials at your customer. So if you just blast your email to 1,000 people, it's not relevant to any one of them. A lot of them mark it as spam. All your emails will go into spam, so in the end you reach nobody. But then if you laser focus your marketing campaign like to only couples, to only young people, to only old people, then it gives your email materials a much higher chance of being opened. This way, your messages actually get seen more. So another thing about customer relationship management is actually about customer intelligence. What customer intelligence means is that you monitor everything that all the interactions with your company, like for example, what are the products they are looking at, what are the countries they are looking at. In fact, a really important thing to monitor is what are the search engine results terms they use to access your page. When you gather all this information, right, it actually gives you a lot of information regarding your customers, and then you can send more targeted materials to them. And also, when you meet them face to face, you are able to make better recommendations because you know their preferences, you know what they like, you know what they don't like. Another of my favorite trick is that we know that actually the main purpose of Facebook today is for showing off. Everybody is using Facebook to show off. Like when I go on to my Facebook, all I see is people buying expensive bags, having expensive dinners and stuff like that. So you can actually leverage on this to reach get more publicity for free. So after your customer buys something for you, just put a dialog box, encourage them to share it on Facebook. It gives you a lot of free publicity. So another thing is that technology can make your business a lot more accessible. So back 10 years ago, right, when web designers design website, they only have to design one website, and then the website will look the same everywhere. So, but then again, a few years back, Apple came along, and then people started browsing websites on their phones. So suddenly, all the websites that were functioning properly started looking like this, and everything is broken, and then customers are not happy. So the traditional way of and then we know that mobile phones are very important. It's a very important platform because increasingly, 38% of leisure travelers and 57% of business travelers are actually researching travel on mobile phones. And the more obvious thing is that a lot of times, while they are talking to you face to face, under the table they are actually researching what you say. So it is important for you to have a mobile presence to sort of compete with your product, compete with your competitors, and making sure that you're there when they start researching for information. The traditional way of solving the mobile issue is really through apps. So essentially what you have is you have one app for Android, one app for iOS, one app for Windows Phone, and then every single update you fix compatibility problems and stuff like that. But that is a very costly way. So a better alternative, or rather a more cheaper alternative, would be through responsive web design. So instead of having a website that looks the same no matter what platform the user is on, the website can actually change how it looks based on the screen size of the user. This way you only have to maintain one website, and then you can basically do business with customers no matter what device they are on. So technology can also make selling online safer. So anybody who has done business online, would have received an email like this. Basically, it's a chargeback. So what happens is that, unfortunately, credit card companies are designed to protect the consumers. Because if consumers lose confidence in paying, nobody would get anything done. So unfortunately, this system can be abused. So when a customer pays you, if they don't like what you have, what you gave them, or they are just trying to screw you over, what they can do is they can just tell the credit card company that, oh, I didn't receive the product, or this transaction is unauthorized, or my card is stolen. And then many times the credit card company would have to claw back the money. So this results in a lot of lost revenue and a lot of wasted time fighting this kind of things. So a new technology development that came out is actually the 2FA. So essentially, when someone purchases something from you, the bank would actually send the person an SMS. So if the credit card is stolen, the thief wouldn't be able to get an SMS, and then the transaction wouldn't go through. If the actual person actually entered the code, it means that he's the one who made the transaction, so he can't later go back and say, oh, my card is stolen. So basically, 2FA is a very strong way of protecting your transactions online. Okay, the last thing I want to talk about travel technology is how it can make everything simpler. So right now, a lot of travel websites basically display their pricing like this. So to people in the travel industry, this is a very clear thing. Like, this is how you price everything. I understand. But for most people out there, right, this have absolutely no meaning. To make things worse, right, some of the prizes actually have like a small star beside them and say that, oh, you have to contact us to get confirmed pricing or get the latest pricing. So just by looking at this, there's no way for you to know actually how much, what is the cost of the thing that you're buying. So this creates a lot of friction when you are, well, selling things. One way of solving this, which is actually one of the prime reasons why so few travel agencies are automating their processes, is that you need to have basically a software that's intelligent enough to compile all the pricing for you. So just by looking at the package, you can actually grab the prices of plane tickets, the prices of hotels, and the prices of taxes. So this allows the final pricing. So the customer doesn't have to care about anything else. They only have to care about the final price they have to pay. This is clearer and basically reduces a lot of friction when checking out of when buying from the store. So another related concept is also dynamic packaging. Essentially, if someone, say, buys a hotel from you in Singapore, he's probably wanting to fly to Singapore. So why not, after he puts the hotel in the shopping cart, show him a list of flights that flies to Singapore. So this is a win-win situation. I mean, you get more revenue, your customers get more convenience, and yeah, so everybody wins from this, this kind of implementation. So just a very quick summary. Well, technology when implemented can make your business smarter. It can bring your customers closer to you. It can make your business more accessible. It can make doing business online safer, and it can make things much simpler. So, I mean, individually this might not seem like much, but when you put them together, right, proper usage of technology can really give your business a very important competitive advantage. So, before I end, right, I want to talk about my experience in Myanmar a bit, because actually I've been here for 2 months. The first week I came here, I was living in the Summer Palace Hotel. And then the Wi-Fi there is really terrible. And then every day, in order for me to use the internet, because, well, I mean, I can't live without internet. I think many of you can't too. So I have to like take a cab all the way to downtown, to Traders Hotel, and buy a cup of coffee and then use the internet over there. So when I first came to Myanmar, it's a very, well, it seems like a very difficult place to do business in. Then a few things changed. Well, the first thing is definitely, all of you know that the telco license has just been issued. I was assured by many people that this will be the land of the free in terms of internet within 6 months to a year. The second thing was also my visit to actually dev space in Yangon. So for those of you who don't know, dev space is something like hacker space. So essentially, according to the person running it, Eryi, is that the government don't like the term hacker. So if you want to name a place hacker space, they'll send police to shut you down. So, but I mean here instead they call it dev space, and although I mean when I went to dev space, I saw really the start of hacker culture. So when I went to dev space, it's like going to hacker space in Singapore. Everybody there are brilliant. We have a lot of really a lot of very, very talented people solving very, very difficult problems. So I think, well, to be honest, I'm jealous of a lot of you guys, because you guys are, well, you all are sitting on such a valuable opportunities. Myanmar is opening up, and then you all have the, well, the knowledge to basically fully leverage and make a lot of money out of this. So at the same time, right, my company has just started operations, well, for about 2 months. We are really tackling some of the really, really difficult problems. So for example, we are building a data delivery platform on Node.js. We are trying to build our semantic web for travel. We are trying to use artificial intelligence to recommend cool products to the users, so they don't have to look through all the poor products and stuff like that. So we just want to show them what they're most likely to buy. So we have a lot of cool projects in the pipeline. And of course, this is just another shameless advertisement. We're looking for brilliant people to solve hard problems with. So if any of you want to really change the world, really solve the most difficult problems using software algorithms, if you know what is scalar, if you know what is closure and all that, then please send me an email, and then hopefully we can work together to change the world. Thank you.